Today we are talking about Swan, which is one of the main exercises in Pilates to promote the musculature of spinal extension or arching. Now, you've probably done the Swan in different modalities of fitness and called it something like Cobra or Snake. So there are some key differences. First, let's look at Cobra Snake, where just come on up, Eliza. Right, so note the crunching and compressing in the cervical spine, the neck. Note how it looks like all the energy went back and down into the lumbar, compressing the lumbar. This may give you a small stretch in your abdominals. It might give you a little stretch in the front of your hips, but go ahead and come on down because it's a dangerous place for the discs inside the vertebra of the cervical and the lumbar. Yes, you're going to get some muscular work of the extensors of your upper back, but it's not worth it if you're compressing and putting your spine in danger. Swan deals with articulation and elongation out of the mat. The energy is pulling apart versus coming back and down. So the first thing I'm going to say is don't come all the way up. Second thing I'm going to say is make sure that the legs are energized and reaching out and stay down on the mat. The goal is to squeeze them together and have them together in Swan, but it's a goal. You'll find more ab activation in the beginning if you keep your legs apart. So instead of just saying press up out of the mat and lift up, I'm going to say pull the abs away from the reach of the legs. Let the shoulder blades start to come together, giving that extension and work in the upper back. This is the position of the neck. A good rule of thumb is no wrinkles in the flesh in the back of your neck. It is lengthened. She's pressing with the arms, but more so pulling with the waist. On the way down, she doesn't drop the ribs. She pulls the abs up into the ribs, lengthening each vertebra out, keeping the work of the legs out as well. One more time. She thinks of pushing a marble forward with her nose or reaching her head out of the shell like a turtle. These are all cues that I've heard many years of my life. And then the abs pull up and she reaches out. Good rule of thumb after this exercise is to sit back into a child's pose. Go ahead and sit back. So that you can round out the back, bringing it back into a little bit of flexion, letting the muscles lengthen back out. You only need to do 3 repetitions of Swan if you do it correctly. Now, if you are already showing signs of kyphosis, or you've got a really, really tight neck, or even issues with the discs in your neck, starting Swan on the floor is not the best place to do it. So, follow me to the wall. Like I said, if you've already started showing signs of kyphosis where the upper back is over-rounded and over-flexed, or you've got any kind of cervical disc issues, starting Swan standing is a better place and a better option. You look for head over ribs over pelvis and a good stance down through the legs. You can't see her feet, but she is in a Pilates V. However, you could also do this in parallel. She's going to allow the elbows to bend as her palms stay flush and flat on the wall. And she allows the pitch of her spine to go forward. And this is the danger place where you can see that her abs have let go a little bit and she's falling down in her lumbar. That is the same as what we just said about Snake and Cobra, where you fall down onto your low back. She can start it with just a push-up action, just forward, keeping the collarbone open, pulling those mid-abs up under, thank you. And then hamstrings, back of the legs, abs press back and she stretches out. And she can come forward. And if it's, like I said, if you've got that kyphosis, this in itself is spinal extension. The fact that as she comes forward, if you were kyphotic, finding this straight spine is spinal extension. It doesn't have to be this arch of the upper back. It could just be coming into alignment. And now she's going to pause here so she gets some good work across the back of her arms and in her pecs in the front. Now she can look for the idea of Swan, of pivoting to looking up to the ceiling. Yes, the shoulder blades will squeeze together, but it's right here where it doesn't sit down on the low back, right. And then her abs zip together, pulling her back into alignment. And try that one more time. Pivoting, letting the pec muscles open to work all of the rotator cuff, the tricep, and down into the lats, which lift to bring you back up, and then pull back away from the wall. And that's how you do Swan if getting to the mat isn't in the cards for you.